from far, but we still love many miles in front of we. Loving you is like...
Hello and welcome to another one of SD Reviews. Today we're reviewing Mountain Blade Warband. This is the second Mountain Blade game. Warband brings to the game is some tweaks, some graphical changes and some gameplay changes. Nothing major. The most major thing, in my opinion, at least anyway, is the multiplayer aspect of the game, and that's what I'm showing you here today. I just want to start off by saying that I'm not an expert on this game, on the multiplayer game. I'm reasonably average player-wise, and I thought I'd just show you how the game works on the multiplayer level. Okay, as you can see, I've killed a few people. And what this does, this increases the amount of gold that you have in the top right corner. It's a little bit like Counter-Strike to a certain extent. The principle is generally the same. The more game you get, the more gold you get. The more armor you can upgrade. And more weapons, the types of weapons and so on you can get. And that makes you more competitive. In the multiplayer, you can take down more people, your survival abilities heightens, and it becomes more enjoyable. You can look at your own characters. He just did there. He's wearing some leather stuff. He's got a club in his hand, and he just killed somebody with a single shot. And that's one of the reasons that I use a double-handed weapon, this particular weapon, because I like the swing. The way the swing works, the fact that you can, if you time it well, you can kill somebody in a single hit, as he's going to show me now. He's going to kill me, I think. There you go. And what I'm doing now is just upgrading some of the armor. You can see it's gone into red there, which means I can't afford to buy any gloves. And that's all I've managed to upgrade using the money that I've got. And as you can see here, it's different. I look different. My character, avatar, looks different, and he's got better survival abilities. Basically, his HP increases. So, you know, just to cut a long story short. And what you can do, what it's going to show you here, or after I get killed again, what it's going to show is that you lose gold. So I almost got him, but I didn't. But I lose gold, and what that means is that, as you can see, my character is now back to wearing this old leather vest with less health, less armor, less protection, far more easily one-shotted. And again, now you can watch the gameplay, make a decision by yourself as to whether it's a good game. I personally think it is. In the opening credits it says that I put this up there with Team Fortress 2, and the reason that I put it up there with Team Fortress 2 is because it's different, it's original. How many FPS first person perspective games do you know of that aren't shooters, aren't generic kind of, you know, gameplay? I'm just looking to pick up a weapon, as you can do. Weapons that are on the ground. This is not the weapon that I use. It looks similar, but it's got a different swing to it. I'm not really kind of okay with this one, and what's going to happen now? Yeah, so as I say, the swing is different. The animation of the swing is a lot different. It's not something that I'm really comfortable with. Oh, I managed to kill somebody with it. I like the sound effects. I think he's gonna. Is he gonna kill me? Who knows? I can't remember every single death. Oh, I killed him. Excellent. And I got killed. Now I'm a bit of a charger, as you can see. I tend to charge into battles without planning, and it's fun that way. It's not really to be taken too seriously. Obviously, in lots of multiplayer games, there's always a couple that it's life and death for them. But for me, everything is cool. I love the game. Here I go running into a group of people for no reason. Now the graphics. Let's have a look at the graphics. Look at the sky. The sky always impresses me. Whenever I turn on this game and look up at the sky, I just think, wow, I mean, it's so realistic. I've had to change the settings on the game because I was getting a really poor frames per second. So I've had to lower the settings. I've had to record at a lower frames per second as well. It does look a lot better than it is at the minute, but I mean, as it is, the game is adequate. It's not mind-blowingly brilliant, but you know, for me and for the game, it's nice. It's a nice game. Looks nice. Okay, doing a little bit of killing there. I love how the blood on their axe and on the people as well, on the characters as well, is shown. You know, when you do damage, blood splatters up on your character, and it's kind of satisfying. It's satisfying when you're running up against somebody and you do a clean sweep and you kill them, and you feel the crunch. You hear the crunch. You hear them scream. You've taken them. You know, that death is so satisfying. That kill just there, that was so satisfying. And you're just looking for the next kill. It's kind of bloodthirsty, but that's just how the game is. It's a really good game. That's so satisfying. You feel like a badass as well, just running around chopping up people. And as I say, I mean, the game, graphic-wise, can look a little bit better than this. Not that much better lighting wise. The character models stay the same. It's generally the environments that look a little nicer. As I say, the character models are pretty straightforward, but you know, they do the job. They do the job. I understand that this, although it's published by Tale Worlds, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the actual game was made originally by a husband and wife team, and I mean, you got to give them credit for that. This is a really excellent game. It works well. The maps, some of them are really massive. I mean, they're huge, and some of the battles you can have, you know, you can have up to 200, 222 players. I've seen some servers. I mean, you can have. This is a team deathmatch game. I've played sieges, deathmatch, capture the flag, all sorts. And on most of them, I mean, the gold system, it's not always the same. I mean, team deathmatch tends to have quite a high return of gold, and that makes it more interesting for me, to be honest. There's no point trying to take a castle when, you know, threadbare clothing, very, very weak weapons. I mean, it's not, doesn't really kind of, you know, inspire. Here's somebody I've taken unawares, and somebody else from behind. Do I get him or does he get me? He gets me. because I changed to a club for some reason, and then back onto my two-handed weapon, which I love to use. It's the death-dealing weapon of choice for me. As you've been, as you see, I've been looking at the scoreboard every so often. That's to check and see on the other side who's the kind of danger man. Burke on this occasion is the danger man, but there's a few others, and it's sometimes good just to face off with them and take them down. Gives you a little bit of a boost. And also here I've done something stupid. They're all joined together. I don't know why the hell I've jumped into the middle of them. As I say, there's a lot of strategy if you're really interested in that, but then again, that's up to you. I suggest that you buy it. Anyway, this is another one of SD Reviews Mountain Blade Warband, the multiplayer version. Go out and buy it, get your ass kicked by me, and I'll see you online.
We come from
Take
far,
it
but
easy.
we still love many miles in front of we. Loving you is like